Hey, what's happening, Nation? It's Joku. Gruden and Mayak are back at it again. We went out there, re-signed a few guys, or we re-signed one guy and made 3 pickups. So I want to take a look at it tonight, see what you guys think about it, get your opinions on it, put my 2 cents out there, and just let you guys know what I'm thinking. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. I always do appreciate that. So we're not going to waste too much time because a few of these guys are question marks to some of you, but I don't know. We're going to break it down. Let's take a look. Let's start off with Nelson Agholor. He's 6 foot, 198. He's 26 years old. Played in 11 games last season. He had 39 receptions on 69 targets, 363 yards, 9.3 yard average, and 3 touchdowns. He's a former first-round pick. You guys have been really shredding him since we signed him. I really think it's a good fit. I think he's a solid number 4. He's used to the West Coast system. He played it all through college. He really hasn't seen it since then. And I think this really might be a good change for him to where he can come into an offense that he kind of already knows and be the number 4 receiver. I do not think there's any shot at him being anything above that. But as a solid number 4, I think it really makes a lot of sense out there. Because if you think about it, he's better than Keelan Doss. I know Keelan Doss has a lot of upside, and I'm really thinking he's going to stick around. He's better than Zay Jones. I will say that. I know a lot of you guys want to see more of a rapport built between Carr and Zay, but I really don't think you're going to end up seeing it. I could see Agholor taking over that spot, but not as the number 2, as the number 4. And then, I mean, he's better than Aitman, and Rico Gafford's still out there, and I know he's our speed guy, and that we need that. We truly do need that. So I'm curious to see how this all shakes out, but this could be the end of Doss, and it could be the end of Aitman bringing Agholor in here. And honestly, if we go out there and get Lamb or Judy in that first round, our receiving core is looking pretty damn good at that point. So let me know what you guys think. I know a lot of you guys were down on him. I know he has some big key drops, but throughout his career, he's dropped the ball less than Cooper has. And we were all pretty high on Cooper for a minute. So I think this guy as a number 4, I'm pretty high on. I'd like to see it. I think it was a good addition to this team. I think you're going to end up seeing him make this team and move forward with us into Vegas. So put your opinion out there. Let me know what you think, man. Agholor, is he a bust, or you think he's going to end up working out for us? The next guy that went out there and signed today was Kush. He's 6 foot 4, 317. He's 31 years old. Played in all 16 games last season. The dude's honestly pretty damn good as a guard. He is somebody that could be a starting guard for a lot of the teams out there in the NFL right now. A lot of the things that I've been seeing out there is that now that we re-signed Good and we got Kush, that means Gabe Jackson's going to be on the trade block. I truly do not think that is a possibility. I do not think it's going to happen. I think we brought Kush in here strictly as a depth because Jackson was hurt. Incognito, dude's old. I know he plays hard as shit, and I love him, but he's old. So there's a serious shot that he ends up getting hurt. Then we have a guard on both sides as depth, and I think that is incredibly important for us. I think it's going to make a huge, huge difference for us moving forward, and I do not think that is a reason that Gabe Jackson's going to be traded off this team. It's definitely a possibility, and now there is room for it to happen, so I understand where a lot of these rumors and stuff are coming from. And I mean, if you could trade Gabe and get into that mid to top end of that second round, I would not sit here and shit on it the whole time. I mean, it's something that would legitimately help this team. Catch up, what's up, dude? Agholor, man, Kim, and just kept our money and got another defensive player. Saw YouTube videos on him, and it takes a bunch of plays off, and he's injury prone. Yeah, dude. Like, I'm gonna try to support him, but I mean, everybody's seen it out there. Gage is going for your 5th. Oh. Well, we'll see, man. We'll just have to see about that. But yeah, dude, Agholor's a tough one for me. He truly, truly is. But I really think the change of pace and being in the West Coast scheme could truly help him out. And just having him on the field in a 4 wide receiver set opens up the field tremendously, especially for a guy like Lamb out there. Or if you're running the three wide receivers and you got Waller out there, he's just an added speed piece. But I'm going to tell you right now, the first time that he has one of those wide open plays like he did against the Falcons last season, and he drops the ball and it should have been a touchdown, and that was like the game-making play, that shit'll kill me. That'll kill Gruden, and he'll be off this team in a heartbeat. We saw how fast he's willing to rotate through them. So that part scares the shit out of me because I don't want him to be one of those guys that just comes in and immediately gets bumped off the team again. So, yeah, that one sucks, man. But Kush, like I said, I think he's definitely depth on this offensive line. I'm really glad that we have him. I do not see anything else happening off of that. The next one we'll go into was a player that we re-signed today. It was Rod Smith. We were talking about running backs not too long ago, just trying to figure out what we were going to do there. Bringing back Rod Smith was kind of a shock to me. I did not see that one happening at all, but they did it, so maybe they're seeing something that I don't see. But Rod Smith is 6'3". He's 236. He's 28 years old. He played in 3 games last year, but it was on just special teams. He never touched the ball in 2019 as far as getting it on offense, and he had very, very few touches in 2018. Is he just a guy that's coming in to be a camp body that we got reasonably cheap to come back, who's just going to go in there and just kind of fill a void for right now? Or, I mean, he's the guy we've been talking about, just a huge bruising running back that can come in there and spell Jacobs. And maybe we were able to get him for real cheap, and they saw something last season, and they were like, okay, this is going to work. We'll just kind of ride him out, let this season end, let him learn the offense, and then bring him back cheap, and then put him out there as Jacobs' spellback. Because honestly, between Jacobs and Richard, he's not going to see that much play time, but the time that he does see, it could just be him just punishing people, especially if you have Ingold going first and then Rod coming behind him. That's a pretty damn good play right there. Like a pretty damn good play. So I'm curious to see what happens. I like Rod Smith. I think there's way better options out there than Rod Smith to be that spellback for Jacobs. So as of right now, I'm just thinking he's going to end up being a camp body, probably getting cut more towards the late end of it, especially depending on who else we bring in. But if we did keep him, I mean, in some sense it does make sense, but there are way better options out there. We'll just have to see how this one plays out, but they saw something. They gave him the contract again, so we might be seeing a little bit more of Rod Smith. And if we do, I mean, I got his back, man. So we'll see what happens. And then the last player that we signed today was another tight end. It was OLeary. He's 6'3", 252. He's 27 years old. Played in 5 games last season. He had 9 catches on 13 targets. He had 72 yards and an 8-yard average. I don't really understand why we went out there and got another tight end. The only thing I can think of is that Foster might be hurt worse than we were all thinking, which would totally suck. But at the same time, he might just be another dude coming in there trying to fight for a spot, given the competition out there at the position. I really think Carrier's gone at this point, for as much as I hate to say that. I really like Carrier. But we're carrying so many tight ends right now, and I mean, dude, it's the writing's on the wall for him, and it sucks. But I'm really hoping that Foster's not seriously hurt, because I haven't seen any injury reports on him, but he could start the season on injured reserve and not be back until, I guess it would be week 8 at that point. So keep a close eye on that. I'm curious to see how our tight ends end up shaking out. It could end up being a pretty big improvement for us overall. I mean, having Witten out there and having Waller out there, and if Foster's healthy, and the rest of these dudes are pretty much scrap pieces at that point, for as much as it sucks to say. But that's it, dude. And then keep building and keep moving forward. I'm curious to see what we do moving forward in the future with this team. I want to see what we do with that wide receiver position, but there's a lot that's going to happen between now and the draft, so we'll keep an eye on it. I'll keep bringing it to you guys. I know there's been a few of you guys out there that have asked me about how the restaurant and everything has been going. This shit has slowed us down tremendously. I'm not going to lie about that. We had to make the decision today to actually shut down our dining rooms. So we're just doing carry out and curbside delivery. So, I mean, it is what it is. I'm hoping this shit passes over quick. If you guys are still hanging out and traveling around, just chill out for a few weeks. Maybe we can get this shit to die down. But it seems to keep growing exponentially. So it sucks to say, but I'm just going to have to keep dealing with this, but I'm going to keep pumping these videos out, man, because this shit is a good break for me. So I appreciate everybody that tunes in. I'll catch you guys next time. I'm Son Joku. See you later.